So you might say now, man, if they drop down to 2150, why would I want to do it, Sergeant Sales? The reason why I'm talking to you about it, because guess what? Not every place dropped down like that, right? Just like not every tier or every zone, like here in Houston, every place didn't drop down like that, right? And there are sweet spots if you know how to find it. They got spots right now still paying some of the best prices that you can find. You want to find out how? That's when you got to hit me up, set up the consultation, become a client, and I can take care of you. So now you want to know what's the best way to really get started in the game of Section 8? Simple. First thing you want to do is remember this, and I want to give you this key. If you're in a part of an area that everybody want to go to, right, or a part of a housing authority that everybody seems to go to, sometimes you don't look there. You look just on the outskirts, not out there in the boonies, just on the outskirts. Every major big city has those outskirt cities that's constantly growing, and you'd be surprised some of the sweet spots that you can find. Now, how do you get set up with Section 8 investing? Simple. First of all, if you got to get you a home, you can't do any sublease. So anybody thinking about, man, I'll go ahead and just find me a sublease, that's how I'm gonna get in. No, you got to have home ownership. So when you talk about all the investment strategies that I've been going over with house flipping, if you find a house in a good area, right, I can help you find that area. Hit me up, call me, right? We find you a good one in a good area, you fix it, you flip it. But, you know, there's a process to where you can actually have a client waiting. So by the time you fix the flip, they move in, you get paid, boom, bang, bing, money time, right? And if you say, well, what's the secret sauce to that? You got to hit me up. I can't tell you everything, then you won't need me. So you got to hit me up and I can tell you that. But the best thing I can tell you, if you want to get started, look in your area. Look at all the housing authorities. All you got to do is look up the housing authorities in your metro area, right? They should always have a place for landlords. You'll see some that say landlord where they got all the forms and they'll tell you how to get hooked with Section 8. They'll, you know, usually you got to go to some type of class or online meeting, something like that. They have a packet that you can turn in just so that you can get registered. They even have a website that will help broadcast your properties where all the people that got vouchers, they all jump into. So it's a good deal, right? Also, I wanted to talk about, if you ever want to know the prices that's going on, you know, the way that they do the pricing, sometimes it's based on zip code, sometimes it's based on tiers, areas, you know, different places got different ways that they do it, right? On the same website, when you go on the housing website, you go under the landlord, the thing that you want to look up is called payment standards. So like for instance, in Houston, it's the Houston Housing Authority payment standard. That's how I would look for. If it's Harris County, I'm gonna put Harris County payment standard. And once you get that sheet, it'll break down all the zip code or all the zones and then all the zip codes in those zones and how much you can get for a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom. And then, I mean, it's easy to do the math. You always want to have some flexibility. So you just make sure whatever your mortgage is going to be, you want to make sure your mortgage is under whatever they showing. So like, for instance, if you want to flip a 3 bedroom house in, say, Sugarland, right? And I'm going to see what a 3 bedroom in Sugarland goes for. That's how you know how you got to keep your pricing going, you know, or vice versa. If you're in the Dallas area, you know, if I'm in Lancaster and I want to get me a Section 8 spot, again, you go on, you know, look at the local housing authority in that area, see how much they pay for like a 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom, things like that. And it'll get you set up. So again, it's always good to have a trusted realtor that understands the Section 8 game, like me. So if you're in the Houston area, if you're in Texas, period, you should be calling me. If you look at all my videos, you should be calling me so we can get you hooked up on the Section 8 game. Because trust me, all jokes aside, affordable housing is needed, right? And I'm going to tell you the last thing before I go. The reason why Section 8 for a landlord is a gold mine is because now you don't have a lot of people offering it, especially here in Houston. I remember, like I told you, a couple of years ago when all the rates was high, you know, everybody was jumping. It was more houses than people. Now it's more people than houses. And you might say, well, of course, because you know the rates went down. Listen, it's guaranteed money, and if you know how to pick the right house, the right place, the right spot, all that good stuff, like I said, you just hit me up and I got you. Let me show you how, one, you can get paid as a landlord, but two, you can take care of somebody and give them an awesome brand new home that they deserve. So again, this is Kareem Lewis signing out. God bless you. Until the next video.